Hello friends, in this video tutorial we discuss about the URL rewriter. In URL rewriter we can send textual information from one resource to another resource using URL. In URL we send the parameter name and value, and this value we can get using getparameter. Advantages of URL rewriter: it will always work whether the cookie is displayed or not. Browser independent. Second thing is extra form submission is not required on each page. This is the two main advantages of URL rewriter, and disadvantages are it will work only with links. It can send only textual information. Okay, let's see with practical. I simply click on the file, new, and dynamic web project. I give here the project name URL rewriter demo, and then click on next, and I check here the generate web.xml deployment descriptor, and then click on the finish. My project displayed under the project explorer. I simply explore it and right click on the web content, new, and then I take here the index.html file, and in the body part I simply take here a form tag, form, and action equal dot slash servlet 1, and then close it. In the action I simply pass the URL of my first servlet as a servlet 1. URL of my first servlet is servlet 1. Okay, and then I am using here the pre tag, and I write here enter the user ID, and then I simply take here input type equal text, and name equal ID, and then close it. I simply write here enter the username, and input type equal text, and name equal name, and then I close it. Input type equal submit, and value also as a submit. Okay, then I close it and save it. Simply here we provide the user ID and username, and when we click on the button it redirect to servlet 1. So we need to create a servlet file, and I right click on the src and take a servlet, and I write the servlet name as a first servlet, and the super class as a http servlet, and then click on the next. My servlet name is first servlet, and URL is first servlet, and I want to edit it because we are giving the servlet 1 as a URL in the index.html. So I change here the URL of the first servlet as a servlet 1, and then click on the next, and I simply check here the do post and do get method, then click on the finish. My servlet is created here. Servlet name is first servlet, and it is extended from http servlet, and we don't need to all these command lines, so I remove or delete, and then I press here enter, and I simply write here print writer out equal response dot get writer. Okay, the print writer showing an error. I simply place the cursor and import the java.iu package because the print writer class is inside the java.io package, and I simply declare here the out parameter of the print writer, and the get writer method of the HTTP servlet response return the print writer object, and this object used to write anything on the browser and print a message on the browser. Okay, and simply I declare here string id equal request dot get parameter, and I simply pass here id, and then string name equal request dot get parameter, and I pass here name. Okay, this using this get parameter method, we simply get the id from the index.html, and the value of id we store into the id as a string variable, and second, name is stored into the name variable, and I simply print here out.print id plus, and I simply provide the some space and then id, and then space and then name, and then again space and then name. I simply print here the id and name. Okay, and I write here out.print, and in double quote I simply take here anchor tag, okay, and simply I pass the href equal servlet 2, and then question mark id equal id, and name equal name. Okay, and write here second servlet, and then save it. Simply you see here I am using an anchor tag, and href is servlet 2, means I provide the URL of servlet 2, and then I provide the question mark and id variable. This is the parameter, and we want to store this parameter, simply the information of id that is getting from the index.html, and I simply here the ampersand, because here I simply using the two parameters. So if we are using two parameters in the URL rewriter, we need ampersand and then parameter name with the second parameter, and then I pass here the name value, that is also we are getting from the index.html. Okay, these two information id and name we want to send using the URL rewriter to servlet 2, and so we need to create another servlet, second servlet, and the URL is servlet 2, and then I take second servlet here, second servlet, and super class as HTTP servlet, and then click on the next. My servlet name is second servlet, and URL is second servlet. I want to edit, then I simply delete all this information, and I write here the servlet 2, and then click on OK, and then next. Do post and do get method I checked here, and then click on the finish. My second servlet is created here. I simply remove all the comment lines and constructor we don't need, and I delete all these information. Okay, and simply I declare here a print writer object out equal a response dot get writer, and simply I import the package java.io. We don't need here to explain because in the first servlet I explain all these things. And then I declare here a string variable id equal a request dot get parameter, and I simply pass here id, then semicolon, string name equal request dot get parameter. I simply pass here the name, then semicolon, then out dot print id plus space plus id, then plus space plus name, and then space plus name. Okay, carefully you see that I am using the get parameter to getting the URL parameter name here, passing id, and it will return the value or store this value to the id variable, and name parameter value stored into the name variable, and then using the out object of the print writer and print method to print all the information of id and name. Okay, and then save it. Okay, my R task is done, and then I right click on URL rewriter and then run on server, then click on next and then click on finish. Okay, the index.html file or page displayed on the browser, and simply I pass here 1 and name as a RAM, and then click on the submit. Here simply display the id1 and name RAM, and a link, second link. I want to send the information using hyperlink, so I click on the second link, second servlet, and it will display the id1 and name RAM, and you simply here see the question mark id equals to 1 and ampersand name equals to RAM. We are getting the id and name value using the URL rewriter from the first servlet. Thank you friends, please subscribe my channel and my videos, and thanks again. Okay.